I want to say good morning to all of you, and my sincere thanks to OHCHR and the Embassy of Canada for organizing this conference today and giving us the opportunity to present to you a very concrete project which has been ongoing for the last 2 years now, which is the drafting of the law of access to information. You're going to ask, what is access to information? But you know that already. We have been discussing that in the former panel very clearly. We need to have information for our daily life in many fields. I want to know the price of a birth certificate. I want to know the price of a kilo of rice before selling mine. I want to know the organization of the school around my village. I want to know where is the health center. I want to know the court decisions. I want to know where are the Cambodian laws. I want to know many things, in fact, to take informed decisions. This is why this is so important for all of us in every country. What are we doing in... Can I have a click to pass? Okay. Someone is doing it for me. Chandri, thank you. What are we? Why UNESCO is doing that? Because we have been doing that for the last maybe 30 years, all around the planet. Till now, 90 countries have an access to information law. And in the ASEAN region, in fact, very recently have been adopted the access to information law in Indonesia, and in 2015, and in 2016, in April last year, the one of Information Act of Vietnam has been passed. What has been done in Cambodia so far? In fact, my friend Sintai of API will tell you that better than I do. But this is a long story, of 15 years, I would say. And we had several proposals over the table. We had, first of all, a draft policy framework, which has been adopted by the monasteries, the Ministry of Relationship with Senate and National Assembly. This is a very good document. I invite you to read if you have time. Then we had a draft law proposed by CSOs, and then we had a second draft law proposed by the opposition party, the jurist Sonchai. And based on all this work already accomplished, in fact, the government, the Ministry of Information has been designated, in fact, to draft and pass this law. Next one, please. What is the objective of this project? The objective of this project are four categories. You will see that here. We would like, in fact, overall in Cambodia to stress the importance of the access to information for you to be able to take better decisions in your daily life and to defend your rights. We would like also to increase accountability and transparency. It was said, in fact, previously in the previous panel, that corruption is a major obstacle to development. And in fact, a better governance is mutually benefiting to the government and to citizens at the end of the day. Third, we would like to improve the capacity of the government to elaborate and pass a law in a participatory and consultative manner, meaning with all of you being associated to this process. And I will explain to you how we do that. And the fourth objective is linked to the media professionals. The media professional, we would like to be able to train them in unbiased and objective reporting, but also how to access information and to do investigation journalism. So this is the last component. Next one. So how do we work? We have a technical working group. Many people around the table here, I have to say, Tien, Sintai, Wan Hee, Luc, many others are participating into this technical working group. We want to input, in fact, the recommendation by the different community forums, and to input also the recommendation of sectoral forums. I'm going to show you how we do that. Next one. And then, of course, the law will go through the interministerial committee, then to the Council of Ministers, and hopefully will be adopted by the National Assembly. After that, we would like to launch a big media campaign about this access to information law. Next one. Okay, I was talking about the technical working group in the interministerial committee. I will detail that in a minute. Next one. For the technical working group, we have gathered around the table and we meet hopefully once a month. Ministries, Ministry of Information, His Excellency Kucanarit is the chair of this working group. Ministry of Justice, Ministry of National Assembly, Senate Relations and Inspection, and the Council of Jurists. In terms of CSO's participation, API with Sintai, CCIM with Tiang, the Club of Cambodian Journalists, the Cambodian Human Rights Action Committee, and DMC, Department of Media and Communication of RUPP. And in terms of UN agency, OHCHR and UNESCO. Next one. We have also the Interministerial Committee, which will revise, in fact, our law, draft law, but I would say what we want to get from them is not so much their input, even if it is important, but this is just to convince them that the access to information should be done by all ministries of the government, improving, for example, their website. Next one. What is very beneficial, thanks to the support of the Swedish government, which is supporting financially this project, is that we are able, in fact, to train all of us on this process, meaning ministries, CSOs, even UN agencies. I think we are learning by doing also. And we have regular training forums every time we are approaching a new chapter of the drafting of the law. The next training forum we are going to have will be on confidential information. Next one. So I would like to explain to you how we do, in fact, in terms of inputting all the recommendations of all these forums we are organizing. Next one. So we have the community forum. So we have divided Cambodia into 5 regions, and once a year, during 3 years, we are having this community forum, gathering mainly people from villages, tuk-tuk drivers, farmers, housewives, and so on. And we are requesting them several things. First year, that was the assessment of the need. What do you need to know in your daily life? The second year was give us your preliminary comments about the way you would like the information to be provided to you, and could you comment the draft law as it is. And this coming year, in fact, we are coming back to them to really assess the implementation of this law for the coming years. This is where we are for the moment. So in total, 15 community forums. Next one. We got many interesting comments, I have to say, from these community forums. And I have to say, it's very inspiring for us. We report, in fact, these comments during the drafting working group. It's very complicated because it means that we have to refer to that to improve our drafting. And it's a lot of distillation, you can understand. But I like very much some of the comments saying there should be a list included in the law mentioning which specific types of information are confidential in order not to confuse the public and prevent fake excuse for not providing information. It's very important. I like also the comments done on Article 30 of the draft law, which is in case an official releases confidential information by unintentional mistake, the official should not be convicted, particularly if the information is useful for the nation. So just to tell you, we are gathering very useful comments, and it orients, in fact, our drafting within the working group. Next one. So we are doing the same in several sectoral forums, but I will let API, in fact, to detail this in different fields, in human rights, agriculture, media, women, youth education, and health. And some of you, in fact, have been invited to this forum, but I'm confident Sintai will detail that. Next one. And next one, because I explained that already. We would like to have a media campaign at the end, as I was telling you, for the citizen to be able to exert their right to information. Next one. What I want to draw your attention on is that we have a participatory, consultative law-making process, let's say. But the major innovation of this project is really the website. So I all invite you to go on the website of the Ministry of Information, and you have on the left, if I'm not wrong, the access to information draft law. You click on it, you have the draft law in Khmer and in English, and you can comment online. Of course, everyone can read your comments. Of course, this is full transparency there also. But this can be very useful, in fact, for the drafting group, in fact, to input this comment into our drafting. So I really, if I have one objective of this presentation this morning, is really to encourage you to look at this draft law and to comment. Thank you. Next one. So we have, I was talking to you about the journalist module. In fact, what we are doing, we are working so with CCI, Cambodian Communication Institute, which is an institute created in RUPP, University of Phnom Penh, and close to DMC, Department of Media and Communication, where we have, in fact, experimented professional journalists, in fact, being retrained on investigative or investigation journalism. And we select 15 journalists per year, so it will make 45 journalists at the end of the 3 years. And in fact, they are detailing or exerting their right to information. They are writing stories during their training. And we have a cohort or so of 15 journalists putting their story online and telling us how easy or difficult it has been for them, in fact, to find information, public information, I mean. Next one.
Excuse me,
yeah.
If you can speak up a little bit.
Okay. So it's nearly finished. The only thing I want to tell you is that we are following the 9th principle for the drafting of this access to information. The 9th principle are here. I'm not going to detail them, but they are extremely important, in fact, to guide our process. Maximum disclosure, obligation to publish, promote public information, clear and narrow exception for confidential information, processing claims for information, meaning how to request the information, the cost of making request of information. I want to underline this one. Information, public information is for free. It's belonging to all of you. The only thing that a civil servant can ask you is the cost of the photocopy, for example, or the cost of the DVD, if it is an audiovisual recording, or the cost of the support. But per se, this information belongs to you. Open meetings of public bodies, law consistent with maximum disclosure, meaning all the laws, and to protect whistleblowers, which is the people providing information about corruption issues, for example. Next one. So where are we now? And this is my last slide, Tiang. We are now in the middle of the road. And it means that we have the 9 chapters of the law. Everything is in draft. We have reviewed with our technical working group the chapter 1, 2, 3. We are now in the chapter 4 on confidential information, which is, I have to say, one of the most complex, knowing that we will have also a lot of discussion on the chapter 7, which is on penalties, because we do not want to create new penalties for people requesting information, you can understand. But I have to say I'm quite confident, and the drafting process is advancing quite well, even if we have sometimes complex discussion within the technical working group. So thank you very much for your attention. I'm ready to answer to all your questions later. Thank you.